Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Red Wings franchise mode here in NHL 21. So in last episode, we decided to follow our AHL team's Calder Cup run, and they ended up winning another Calder Cup. So they've won back-to-back Calder Cups, which is pretty awesome. Shows we're right on the right track in terms of our progress with our prospects. And yeah, anyways, we're up here now in terms of the contracts. The LA Kings actually just came off a Stanley Cup win, which means Dylan Larkin won a cup, but whatever. Also, I think our head coach ended up winning the Jack Adams, which was pretty awesome to see, considering this was his first year as a coach in the NHL. But anyways, we're up here at the contract re-sign stage, and then we're also going to be doing free agency in this episode, but I do have a few comments I'd like to go over before we get into that. So the first one is from HawksFan88. He says, definitely try and sign Foodie so you don't risk losing him. I also agree it's time to move on from Kubalik and get some more young guys in the lineup. Now, I also asked him about Biggs and if he's worth the 8 years at around 6.5, and he says, I think that would be a great contract for Biggs since he's only 20, and he'll probably grow a lot more, which I totally agree with. So we're going to be probably signing Biggs to an 8-year deal, and hopefully he accepts the 6.5 that we'll offer him. Now, there's another comment from Troy Mitchell. He says, I think you should sign Foodie and maybe even bring in Ratty or Rossi. Also, Biggs is good, but 8 years is a lot for 6. Maybe sign him and look to get draft cap for him at the trade deadline. I'm not looking to trade Biggs at any point soon. He's pretty much our best defenseman, and I don't think it's worth moving him out because he's only 20. If we sign him for 8 years, he's only going to be 28 by the end of it, so I think it's worth giving him 6.5 for. And about bringing in somebody like Ratty or Rossi, I don't know if it's really realistic to bring in those guys, because if we look them up here on the player search, because I have not done this actually yet, I believe both of them are probably high overall wise, and I don't think it's going to be worth it. They're probably signed to big deals. Like if I looked up Adu Roddy here, wait, I can't even put that umlaut thing, so it's not going to show up. I might as well search his first name then, since nobody else in the league is named that. I gotta get out of the screen first. But yeah, we'll try and find those guys and just show you guys how much they're signed to. But I don't think... Maybe they were both actually appearing in free agency. I think they were. That's probably why Troy brought them up. Let me just take a look and see if they are there. But I don't think I'm going to sign them because, I don't know, it just doesn't really make sense, I don't think, at this stage. Because we're kind of in the middle of a rebuild. Like if I go to contracts, they're actually pending free agents. Yeah, I don't think it's really realistic to bring those guys in. Let's see, what position is Roddy? Isn't he like a center? Oh, he's a left winger. High elite. Yeah, he's good in 25, but I feel like he's going to probably re-sign with the Sens. He's not putting up great numbers, and he's kind of a liability, it looks like, in terms of defense, but he's been on a bad team. So yeah, I don't know about bringing in somebody like Ratty. He's probably not much of a fit for our team anyways. He might fit our top line, but we don't really have the room on their top line unless we were to move out Zadina. So yeah, that's Ratty. And then you also mentioned Marco Rossi. Now, Marco Rossi, high top 6, 86 at 26 is not too bad. He also might fit our top line, but I don't know if I really want to move on from somebody like Joe Veleno. He's probably going to want a major contract upgrade because he looks like he was last making only just over $1 million, which is kind of weird. Okay. So yeah, anyways, those are the comments for last episode. So yeah, we're going to do the re-sign stage, get everybody back that we want to pretty much, and then we'll also do free agency in this episode. And if we still have time, maybe we'll sim like a month of the season just to see how the guys play. But yeah, let's get those contracts done and out of the way. So let's go to our RFAs first. So Biggs, we're going to give you an 8-year deal. He only wants 5, but I think I could talk him up to 8 years at like 6.5. Maybe even less than 6.5. Let's try and get him at a bargain of a deal. Let's try a 6.45. That's a little bit less than what I was saying, but let's try that. He'll be a UFA by the end of it, but I want him long term. Elijah Petrovic is a decent player, but I don't know about signing him too long term. 3 years at 2.8 is not bad. Yeah, I could do 3 years at 2.65. Or maybe try 2.6. I think that's a decent deal. And then Xavier Jenner, this guy's going to get a 1-year deal because he's just a decent kind of like fourth liner to have for now. Don't know how long he's going to be with us, but we'll give him 1 year at 1.3. Mull Lanson, I think I'm going to qualify. Let me just sign Savonin and stuff first. Savonin, I could give 3 years at 1.8 or something, which I think is a decent deal as well, because I think that's what we had like Tuparainen signed to. So we'll do that. Jenner, he's going to want a bigger contract. Wow, he wants $3 million after 1 season. Let's do 3 years at 2.9. I know I'm giving these guys a decent amount of term, but a lot of these guys should develop farther, so I think it's worth it. 3 years at 2.9. And then we'll pretty much just qualify everybody in the system just because it doesn't matter as much about those guys, but we'll still qualify them. I think Dingman is going to make it to the NHL this coming season, so we're probably going to give him his ELC. I'll just qualify every single AHL player that we can. The AHL team's been really good though, so I'm pretty proud of them. Who else did we get here? We have Mull Lanson. Do I want to sign Mull Lanson? I might sign him again for the 4th line. Yeah, we might as well give him a 1-year deal, $925,000. He's not much of a big offensive threat, but he's decent at playing defense, it seems like. And then we're also going to give Nguyen a contract. He's going to be probably our back goalie for this year because he wants a 1-way deal. I could give him a 1-year deal since he'll still be an RFA at the end of this year. I'll give him a 1-year deal just because I want to give him a little bit of a trial run as the backup, I think. And then we will sign Mui for the AHL, which is good. Let's go to our UFAs here. So, Liam Foudy. This is going to be the tough one. Ugh. Let me actually do the other guys first before we get to Foudy. So, we're going to let go of Kilger because Kilger's not great enough. Cowan's not good enough. Henderson, 67 at 20. It's not bad. He did just have a 50-goal season in the U.S. I don't really like his stats, though. 76 offensive awareness. I don't think he's going to become much. So, yeah, I think I'm going to let him go. Cato, 68 at 21. Don't really like his stats again, and he's another former 4th rounder. I think I'll just... maybe I'll sign him since he's 68, but he's only 21, so he's probably not going to be anything huge. We're going to just give him 875. Chartrand will sign you since you got top 9 potential. Soderblom. I got to make up some rooms, so I'll probably let go of Soderblom. Yeah, I think I'll let go of Soderblom. We'll sign Johansson since he's a 70. And that will make me let go of Berglund because we got to free up some defensive spots. Johansson, we'll let go of a couple of these defensemen because we got way too much defensemen in the system, I think. Albin Guru, I don't know if I really want him back. And maybe for the AHL if he wants to come back. Innes was just a depth signing he's going to get let go of. And then it comes down to these guys. Kubalik is gone just because he's been playing good, but he's not been great defensively, and we need to kind of make up some room for our young guys because Matthews is going to be jumping probably to like the 3rd or 2nd line this season. So yeah, Kubalik, thank you for your time here, but best of luck in free agency. And then Suzuki, I don't know. I could give him a 1-year deal. He doesn't want a whole lot of money, so let's give him $1,200. Because he could be maybe still a solid 4th line option, or we could end up flipping him away or just letting him go to free agency if he doesn't want to sign with us. And then, actually goalie-wise, we got to sign Byer just because he's got elite potential. Might as well see if he pans out. And then Jake Ettinger is going to be let go of just because I think I'm going to run with Nguyen this year. Ettinger was fantastic last year in the playoffs, but yeah, I'm going to let him go. Thank you for your time here, Jake. Best of luck in free agency. And yeah, then it comes down to Foudy. Let me actually advance the day first just to make sure we get all those guys I was offering contracts to. We do got a lot of scouts and coaches that are re-signing right now too, so let's just go through this quickly. And I think everybody accepted. Yep, everybody accepted up to this point, which is good. And except for Alvin Grew. And I'll let go of Grew because we could always sign a depth forward if we need one. So Liam Foudy, we got $21 million in cap space. All these guys are going to want 2-way deals. We are going to sign, though, Dingman quickly just for the NHL. I think I might sign Tucker for the AHL as well. He's a 69 at 18. I don't want to stunt his growth, though, but I think I'll sign him. He's almost NHL ready, or not NHL ready, AHL ready technically, so we'll sign him. And everybody else I think I'll leave for now. Yeah, everybody else I'll leave for now. And then, Foodie, what do you want for a contract again? I don't want to give him a 5-year deal. I could give him only like a 1-year deal, but I want to keep him maybe for multiple years. But at 8 million, it gets a little bit steep. I think I'll just give him a 1-year deal for now. Just because I wouldn't mind having him for another 1 year, but I eventually will have to replace him with like Matthews, because Matthews will probably jump to the second line. So we'll give him a 1-year deal at 8.15. I think that should get it done unless he rejects for some reason, but yeah, let's see if he signs that 1-year deal, that 1-year extension. It looks like he did, which is good. Yep, he did accept, which is great. Okay, so all of our UFAs are done, and all these guys are qualified, which is good. They'll probably accept. Yep, we're good to go. So let's take a look at what we have for our roster, and then we'll take a look at what's available in free agency. But I think we have most of our roster pretty much set. So we got number 1 center, 2nd center, or they basically will change spots maybe. Matthews is 3rd line, Suzuki is 4th line, so we're pretty good on the centers. We could use a depth center probably. Then we got Zadina, Garon, Petrovic, so that's 7 forwards. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 forwards. Okay, so we got enough of forwards. I think Dingman could also actually play center because he's got good face-off stats. Yeah, he's got 77 on the draw. So, okay, so we could probably just use like 2 depth forwards and a depth defenseman. Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh yeah, Stewart's going to make the NHL this year. Yeah, we could just use depth players at this stage. And then we'll probably only sim 1 month just to see how we do after we sign some players. So let's see what's available in free agency. Hopefully we can get some decent players. Looks like all our RFAs are accepting. If any of them don't accept, then I don't know what they're doing. But okay, let's see what we got in free agency available to us. We got 14 million in cap space. We're going to look for some depth players just in case of any injury problems. So let's sort by overall. And let's see who best fits our defensive pairings. Like if somebody fits all our defensive pairings in their list as like a depth defenseman, that might be the perfect one. Velotti might fit our top pairing, which wouldn't be that bad. Yeah, I think I'll sign Giovanni Velotti. Might as well. He's only 28. Wow, he wants $2 million? What the heck? Damn. Why is his asking price so high? Did he just have a really good season or something? No, he didn't. He just played 1 NHL season. He hasn't even played an AHL game. And he's 28. 13 points in 82 games. And he was a minus 14. Okay, never mind about Velotti. I don't know why he wants that much money. I mean, I could wait and see if I could get him for a lower price eventually, but what about Gianni Fairbrother, former Montreal Canadiens prospect? He's got only an 82 on defensive awareness. I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm looking for somebody that could actually play good defensively as well. Kukkonen. Miska Kukkonen, former Sabres prospect. Only 81 defensive awareness. Don't like that either. It's probably going to be hard to find a good defenseman with good defensive stats. I might be just willing to give $2 million to that guy, that depth dude. Chisholm has 87 defensive awareness. That's actually pretty good. We did actually have him at one point, didn't we? Yeah, we had him a couple years ago, or last season, 2 seasons ago. He was a plus 13 in 29 games. Yeah, you know what? We'll bring back Declan Chisholm. And we'll give him a one-way deal at 800. And then we need some depth forwards, so we'll sign a depth center first and a depth winger, just in case we have any injury problems. Emil Bemstrom's only 29. Jared Anderson-Dolan. Anderson-Dolan doesn't fit anything. Bemstrom might fit our top line. Yeah, you know what? We'll sign Bemstrom. We'll give him a 1-year deal. He wanted a 2-way deal. Vancouver's also interested, so we might have to up our price a little bit. He might actually sign with Vancouver over us because Vancouver's probably ahead of us in terms of the standings for the future. And then winger-wise, we'll get a left winger just because we had a lot more right wingers, I think. that were in the NHL, so we might as well sign a left winger. Mangiapane is 32 already, so he's probably going to drop. Thomas Tatar is already 37. Zavgandri, 77 defensive awareness. I don't like that. Who else we got down here? Fialbi, fourth line maybe. Has he played in the NHL even? He played 21 games as a depth guy and he had 12 points. It's not bad. But if he's a depth, if he plays actually like full time, he doesn't put up much points. And you know what? We'll sign Fialbi, I think. Might as well. For 1 year. I don't know why those guys are trying to get multiple year deals. So yeah, I think those are the only contracts we're going to dish out. Let's see if we get all three of those guys. We should be able to. Unless one of them decides to go to another team. So Bemstrom has accepted. Janssen Fialbi has accepted. And Chisholm has accepted. So our team is now set for the next season. Let's into next season and take a look at what our lineups look like. Okay guys, so here's our lineup going into the next season. There might have some statistical growth, so a lot of these guys might drop a bit. But we got Zadina, Fudi, and Svechnikov, which is a pretty good top line. It's been, I think it was together in the playoffs last year, and Fudi was really good. And same with Svechnikov. Second line, we got Jenner, Veleno, and Garon. Jenner is still an 80, and he's only listed as a depth forward, but he's got good offensive awareness and good shooting, so he should be fine on that second line. And then third line, we got Petrovic, who's an 84 and a third line checker, alongside of Matthews, who's listed as an 85. I don't know if he is yet for sure, but soon enough he will be good enough for that second line, which means soon enough like Veleno might go this offseason potentially, and maybe we keep Fudi around instead of Veleno, I don't know. And then Mull Lanson as well is on this side. And then fourth line wise, we got the other Jenner, who's more of a grinder. Dingman's going to be playing center just because he actually has decent face-offs and he's a better fit for the fourth line right now, I think. Yep. And he's also a two-way forward, so he's going to be better defensively down there. And we also have Suzuki on the wing, so pretty decent if these overalls all hold, but they probably won't. And then defensively, we got Wall and Stewart with that nice +5 boost between the two of them. Really liking that. Then we got Biggs and Lacerte, and then Savonin and Larson. So pretty good defensive pairings. And then goaltending-wise, we got Rohan House, and Nguyen's up to an 81. And if that holds, that would be pretty amazing because this guy was a third-round pick, and he does have elite potential, but obviously he didn't make the NHL till just now. And depth-wise, we got Declan Chisholm, Emil Bemstrom, and Axel Janssen-Fialbi. And then let's take a look at our AHL team. I didn't take a look at this yet, just make sure the right guys are in. Low top 9 doesn't matter too much, but we might have to somehow find these guys some homes. Tucker needs to be playing for sure. Yeah, I think I need to throw in Tucker and this Pedersen guy that we acquired from Vancouver. So Tucker is going to take over Hanas's spot, because we don't need Hanas. But our AHL team looks pretty good in terms of chemistry. Cole Minon's a low elite, so maybe we want to move him up. Yeah, we'll move him up, because Bell's only a low top 9. He's already 25. And do I want to take anybody else out? There's a lot of actually guys that are already 24 on this roster that don't necessarily need to be playing. And then defensively, let's just fix this chemistry up a bit. Wait, Reimer's a forward. Why is he playing defense? I don't like that. Let's take and put somebody else in here that's maybe a two-way forward if we have one. Yeah, we'll just throw in Hanas as a defenseman. See if that does anything. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. Guess we'll just leave it like that then. And goaltending-wise, there's Mui and Lorentz. And yeah, other than that, there's also Bayer, who's got elite potential, but I'm going to let him sit there for a year because he'll probably develop on the bench. And yeah, that is our roster going into the season. So we'll probably simulate 1 month just to see how this team does. And then that'll be it for this episode. And you guys can let me know any suggestions for next episode. But we're listed as a conservative buyer, so we might actually be a contender this year. Okay, let's get the preseason done, and then we will sim to the end of October, and then that'll be it for this episode, I think. We'll maybe also check player stats briefly. What's the owner goals like? We're now listed as a buyer, so we're actually apparently a Stanley Cup contender this year, which is intriguing. I don't know if it'll stay like that, but hopefully it does. Okay, so preseason-wise, we are going to... Looks like we're maybe going to win every single game. Nope, we lose to Montreal, and we win against Ottawa. So 6-1 in the preseason, so really good preseason from the club. Svechnikov leading the way with 9 points in 7 games. Nice. Good to see that. How did actually the goaltending play in this preseason? I'm kind of curious about that. Goaltending-wise, Howes was really great, and Nguyen was really great. If we could keep it up this regular season, we might be a really good team, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. Even if we're listed as like a champion, I've missed the playoffs a couple times being a champion team, so it's not out of the question that we're going to miss the playoffs. But yeah, let's get to this first month and see how this team performs. Hopefully we could perform pretty good. What's our owner goals now? Conservative buyers, so now we're actually not a championship team. We're kind of like a contender, which is more realistic, I guess. Okay, so we got how many road games? A lot of road games that looks like in this first month. Let's go all the way to the 1st of November. Just see how we simulate, and then yeah, that's pretty much all we're gonna do in this episode. So we start 1-1, 2-1, 2. Wow, okay, it's all over the place right now. It's going a little bit quick, so can't keep up with it. But that's not good. Biggs has been injured right off the bat. Estimated return is November the 2nd, so that's a decent amount of time. So we'll just go replace player and put in Chisholm. And we're going to win a couple of games actually even without Biggs. And we're 7-4-2 in our first month, so actually pretty solid. And the AHL team's 5-3-3. Okay. Let's take a look at our player stats, and then that'll be it for this first month, just so you guys can kind of get a little bit of a taste for how this team is going to perform. I don't know if we're going to be making any trades next episode, but if you guys think it's logical for us to do so, maybe we will. I don't know. But so far, Foodie seems to be playing really good again, which is great because he had statistical growth. He dropped down to an 83, but he's still a really solid player in terms of his individual attributes. So maybe that's why he's performing really well. But 11 points in 13 games, liking that. Matthews, 8 points in 13 games. He's only an 81, so he's not an 85, but still listed as a third-line scoring forward. He's off to a really good start this year. Last year, he actually only had 49 points during the season, so he's probably going to just continue to get better and better every single season, I'm assuming. Veleno, 4 points in 13 games. Now, that's very concerning for Veleno. Like, Veleno had 72 points last year, I think. Yeah, which was a career best, but this year he's off to a very slow start. Don't know if it's because he's getting less power play time or something, but that's not good. Suzuki's got 2 points as well, so I'm not really liking the points from here, but Matthews and Foodie are doing really well. Maybe I move Matthews up and then Veleno's like our third liner instead. Because it's weird that Matthews is listed as a third liner at an 81. Left wing wise, Zadina's got 9 points, so Zadina's off to a better start than he was last year. Last year he only had 62 points. Hopefully he rebounds from that, because I'm thinking about trading him away eventually. Because he is signed for one more year after this year for $13 million, which is a lot of money. Guerin's got 5 points in 13 games, so he's off to a bit of a slow start as well. Looks like our offense ain't doing the hottest. Petrovic's only got 3 points. Yeah, I think it's maybe our main problem right now is scoring goals, so our goaltending combination might be doing really good. Svechnikov is over point per game, though, with 15 points in 13 games. Jenner's only got 4 points on that second line. That's a bit questionable, and he's listed as a fourth liner still. It's 78. This guy just had a 44-point rookie season, and he's still 78. It's weird how some guys simulate. Like, he's got good offensive attributes, so I don't really mind, but damn. Dingman only 3 goals in 13 games, so he's maybe not NHL ready yet, but we'll still play him probably. Mull Lanson, 2 points. In the other Jenner has only got 2 points. So, yeah, we're just not scoring a lot, it seems like. Defensively, though, Wall's got 8 points in 13 games. Larson's got 7 points in 13 games. This is his second NHL season. Or, well, actually his first full NHL season, I think. Yeah, because last year he only played 20 games and he had 5 points. This is his first full year and he's up to 7 points already. So he's already doing better than he did last year. I'm really excited for Larson. We also got Savonin 4 points, Lacerte 2, Stewart 2, Chisholm has nothing, and Biggs has nothing. Biggs has no points? How does Biggs have no points? I know he was injured, but no points in 9 games? for an offensive defenseman. That is really concerning considering I signed him to an 8-year deal. Hopefully he steps it up though when he comes back. My God. Goaltending wise though, yep, goaltending has been our strong suit. Howes is 5-4-2 with a 924 save percentage and 2.34 goals against already. But look at Nguyen. His first 2 NHL games that he win, or 2 wins, he has a 974 save percentage and a .82 goals against average. He's only allowed 2 goals on 79 shot attempts. Jeez. And the year before this, he actually did play 1 NHL game, but he's off to a really fantastic start for a backup. Definitely liking that better than Jake Ettinger, I think. So yeah, that is our player stats, and I think that's going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Red Wings franchise mode. So in next episode, we might try and help out our offensive because it's probably one of the worst in the league. And maybe try and we're playing really good defensively. We need to continue that the entire season if we want to have a good chance. But we need to find our way to pick up our offensive because it's been a bit slow to start off. So let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.